Girls, what are we looking at? We're going to look at BENTHIC from Half Acre Brewing. This one was sent to me from Jay at Elite Ammunition, and a completely shameless plug for one of the best gunsmith and businessmen that I know. This is the 2019. This is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout with toasted coconut and coffee, and it weighs in at 14%. Jay's actually reviewed this. If the members of this audience are not aware of it, it's Jay's Brew Reviews. And I'll try my best to put a link down below. Today is not a school night, and it's been a absolutely glorious day, but we'll talk about that after this. Smells really good. And Jay, normally I would pull out the flashlight. I can guarantee you that a fork may not make it through this, let alone light. Wow, just subtle bourbon, oakiness. I'm almost getting a vanilla. Probably a little bit of the coconut because I read it on the bottle or can, and I can't waste any more time. So cheers, everybody. Wow. I remember watching Jay's review. I think this is 2 reviews back that he reviewed this, and he took a tour of the man cave. And of course, one of the first things, other than the girls hanging on the wall, one of the first things that I really caught that got my attention is a Blade Runner poster. All I'm going to say is anybody that appreciates the movie Blade Runner is definitely kindred spirits. There's just something about that movie. I could not watch it enough when it came out, and the new one is, it's never going to be the original. The only one I was really disappointed in is the director's cut. Ridley Scott didn't think. What he envisioned is what they did in the director's cut. They put some chopping room floor scenes back into it, and they removed all of Harrison Ford's narration. And maybe it's because if it would have gone the other way around, and I would have seen the original, the director's cut as the original movie, and then 20, 30 years later or whatever the hell it was, a big gap. Ridley Scott put out the one that had Harrison Ford's narration in it, maybe I wouldn't have liked it. But I do not endorse the director's cut. Jay, this may be one of the heaviest mouthfeel beers I have ever had. And the gift of flavors just keeps on giving. Wow. I think you referred to this several times as a sipping beer. I would call it a sipping beer only because it's so frickin' good that every single time you do this, and just take a little bit and enjoy it. I am getting those vanilla and coconut, and again, I've made this comment, I'm not really a huge fan of coconut, but boy, is it working in here. It's not overstated at all, and it just kind of carries along this nice chocolatey vanilla, and that chocolate just kind of just builds as the time goes on. Okay, there is so much shit. If I just took a cue from John Solar and turned some of this shit into an e-bomi videos, I would have some material over there. But fucking YouTube has completely destroyed it for so many people. I don't even know where to start. A few days ago, I got this in the mail. I have no idea Well, actually, I never opened the paperwork. Maybe. No, I have no idea who ordered it for me, but somebody sent me a mask, and it's a full-on legitimate mask. I mean, we have separate layers. It's not just this. You know, eventually. I will tell you what. I will get a Ziploc baggie, put this in it, and put it in the console of my truck. But if I'm ever in a situation where they're saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," the Nazi government, I mean the government, I mean the powers that be says you have to have a mask. I'll have that one with me. That's even nicer than the one that I got from Greg. Cobra, something like what, a fucking month and a half later after ordering this, almost to the point where I had forgotten about it. I got my the 30 ounce insulated triple tree water bottle. Extra O-ring I see for the cap. It has a threaded top, carry handle, carabiner on it, so you can clip it to your junk. I definitely will have to up my water game in the summer, so I will be bringing a few things with me. So, and I used Cobra's link. So if it's somehow associated with Cobra, I also want to say I know Jim is gonna fucking have a cow, because I know it's the way Jim is. Actually, anybody that always rips on me for being me, Smile Money, Jim. I could have changed my shirt. I went to one of my FFLs. I went to actually the guy I like the most, and if I ever win a big lottery, I really want to financially make his life better, along with a full-on, a nice house, and a separate studio or shop for all of his gunsmithing, and that is my friend Bill. Times have not been easy on him, and he's basically had to take a job because the gunsmithing and all that has gotten so lame. But Bill charges me practically nothing in comparison to what Dead On charges me. I know if I was a member at Dead On, which would be awesome, but it'd end up being like $130 for me and Christine to be members out there a month. If you're a member, you get free FFL transfers, but if you're not, it's $50 a piece, and I think, and I don't apologize if someone from Dead On is watching, I think $50 is a fucking ripoff. If I've had situations where I purchased 6 AR-15 lowers, that'd be $50 a piece. And I don't know, if you look around, I've purchased lowers for $39.99. And then you pay a $50 fucking transfer fee? It's ridiculous. I love Dead On. I love the boys out there, but I think that the amount that they charge for that is completely out of line. Now, they probably would say, well, we're just trying to encourage people to become a member, because if you have as little as 2 FFL transfers a month, because it's like $65 for their best membership, that just pisses me off. So I used Bill, and in full disclosure, I made a purchase from Jim. Jim still is, actually. If anybody's interested, get a hold of Jim for the remainder of what's on the list. Jim had a bunch of firearms for sale, and I told him I wanted to buy one. And I told him that times are obviously tough right now because of the truck and all this. I know. Fuck you, Chuck. And I just told him I really wanted his Lynx 12, and he said, no problem. We'll worry about it. And he turned around, and a couple of weeks ago, you may have seen that I showed you some magazines Well, they were for the Lynx. This is the one that comes with it. It's almost as big as a it's as big as a 30-round P-mag, and it holds 5 shells. And then they have the 10-rounder. The Lynx is based on the Sega platform, and this is the part where Jim is going to. Actually, I already sent him a picture because he said I need to go visit Bill. Well, I already went to visit Bill, and the reason I was saying I didn't change is Bill has a German Shepherd named Moose, and I believe Moose is just a little bit. About a year and a half old. Zeus is very, very energetic, and when he stands up to play, his paws are up here somewhere. And I decided to try shadow boxing with Moose, and Moose got the better of me. And I will be washing my pants, and I'm surprised that one of my favorite shirts didn't get wrecked. Oh, by the way, any of the boys over at Super One Liquors, I walked up to the counter and they fucking broke down laughing, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm wearing this shirt. Great store. The store is about to, anybody that's ever been here to visit me, and we've gone over to Super One Liquors, it was a decent sized liquor store, but they bought out the liquor store that was there and opened up as their own. And now I don't know if the building that you guys would all know is staying or not, but they if the original is being incorporated, but the new building, if the old one gets knocked down and they don't use it, and they use it for a parking lot or whatever, the new building is at least 4 times the size. And if they use the existing building as part of the new building, then it just got a whole lot bigger. So I think they are seriously going to be trying to overrun Keyport for a selection. They've been really doing good. I mean, Super One guys, I apologize, but Keyport kicks your ass on specialty beers, but you guys have really come on strong in the last year and a half. So I can't wait to see when the store's done. So yeah, I was over there, picked up the only reason that I actually went in there was to pick up some smokes for my neighbor Mike, and I decided to treat him to a case of Bush. And then I picked up a few things for me to review. But yeah, Zeus got the better of my, better of me and my shirt. So the Lynx 12. Again, Jim's gonna, yeah, smile money. It already looks completely different than it did when I got home about an hour ago. Originally, it had the little pissant penis grip. I hate these. And this was the stock. As you can see, it is the same length. It's a typical AK-47 setup. This stock is the exact same length as a AR stock in the closed position. So for me, it felt like it was, I feel like I want to be here. Well, I put a Tapco tube adapter on it, 2-point sling mount. I have stocks up the ass. I just decided to go with the Magpul. I like the minimalist kind of look to it. I actually probably would have done the minimalist stock, but the one that I have is gray because I don't remember. Oh, the black one. The black, I probably could swap them. I don't think NIHAP would be too upset because it's on a 308. But I have a black minimalist stock that's on a AR-10, and the AR-10, there's nothing minimalist about it. But I put this on there just mainly because I wanted to put just a mil-spec I put a mil-spec sling on it. I put a scope or a rail adapter that I had that doesn't really work on anything else that I have. I put that over here on this guy, and right now I've got the vortex on it. Tell you one thing that's really cool about this 12 gauge is this feature. It has a bolt hold open feature built right into it, which, trust me when I say, I didn't realize that was there. And when you're trying to stick some big dog like this up inside of there, it can be a pain in the ass all on its own. Well, there it goes. But when it's fighting the carrier and the round at the same time, so now all you'd have to do is give her a yank back, which we're gonna avoid. I did have I had 5 slugs left, and this thing will take up to a 3-inch, and it kind of sucks because I actually have a box of 3.5 pretty nasty rounds that I had with my Benelli, but yeah, so yeah, you can do it with an empty mag, but I'm telling you, that bolt hold open feature sure makes it a sweet situation for quickly putting a mag up in it. So yeah, that's a pretty big mag for what just gets you 5 shots. And then of course we can get to the fact that it has a threaded barrel, but you'd be surprised to know, Smile Money and Jim, I already have that covered. I wanted to put some kind of a breacher tip on there, so yeah, I've already got that covered, Smile Money and Jim. You know, so you can like wedge it against the door and pull the trigger. But this is the Lynx 12, and I never really watched any videos on this, and I've watched a few while I was taking it all apart, Jim, and I was honestly surprised to find no negative comments on this, and a big thanks to Jim. Jim had never even fired this. This is brand new in the box. Does have an adjustable gas system. Right now it looks like it's screwed all the way in. I'm not even sure what that setting even means. Does have it's not a cheaply built gun at all, shotgun. It's steel parts, and again, it's based on the AK-47 platform. And I'm telling you, like I said, I really wanted something with the pull length of an AR. So again, collapsed is the exact same. That's the one thing that I don't like about the AK-47 is, to me, it just those little wussy Russians. So Jim, thank you so much. And then yesterday, talk about my surprise. You know, no matter what anybody wants to think, you know, try my best to always be on the up and up. You know, when yes, legally, and a lot of people would call bullshit on this, but why don't you call the ATF and double check for yourself? Right now, I could go grab, I could put this in a box. No ammo, of course. I could put this in a box and go down to the U.S. Post Office and ship it straight to Johnny Watson as a gift for Johnny, if he wanted. And I have broken no laws. Now, it does change state by state. I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to send Joey a gun. But I get a package in the mail yesterday. And it says right on it that that it came from a weapon dealer. And I open it up and it's like, how the fuck is this happening? And I'm like, 9mm PAAK Zarenki? And then it just keeps on getting worse as I open it. I'm like, okay. So it's a company that makes a 9mm knockoff of the Beretta. Oh, and Smile Money, right out of the box, it does not have a magazine disconnect. And I'm looking at this thing going, actually, I'm just being a little bit over dramatic. I don't know what I think I threw it in the garbage. It had another extension on the end of the barrel that was an orange tip, and this is actually a semi-automatic blank gun chambered in 9mm. So it had this little, and then it comes with, and you can't just, they somehow they must have been forced to, it wasn't, well, it might have been pinned on, I can't really tell. I basically just took some vice grips and the outer shell of the threaded part, I don't even want to wreck my paint job. So I'm not gonna, this is a flare launcher, so it uses the blast of the blank going off to propel. Basically, you could probably propel anything you could shove in this cup. Yeah, so it was a threaded adapter, and then it had a shroud around it that was painted orange, and then they made it so they might have had a little adhesive or something behind it, and then when that broke loose, it just spun. It wasn't until I was starting to crush it with a pair of vice grips that it finally unthreaded, and it did leave threads left. This flare launcher, according to the manual, would screw onto the end. But it is the weight and feel and metal of a Beretta. Even has the rail. I'm almost wondering now, I don't know if it's something that they would rather you didn't like sit and dry fire all day long. But this would be an excellent thing to go along with the X10 shooting trainer, because no matter what, you don't have to worry about by accidentally shooting anyone. The most that can happen is you can be dumb and forget that you have a fully loaded mag full of blanks. And then, of course, they sent blanks, and NIHAP asked me if these will chamber in a 9mm, even though it says 9mm PAK. Yep, they go right into a 9mm pistol. He's like, whoa, we could have some fun with that. And no, you cannot. You can put a 9mm round in it, but you know it sticks out the length of the projectile. So, wouldn't it be interesting if you pulled that plug? I mean, it's air gap, so it will. I'm not going to blow on it because the screenshots would be all over the place. But it'd be interesting if you could just remove something from this, and all of a sudden you had a fully functional firearm. I mean, you know, there's people out there. If you can just drill that out of there, you could at least shove something in there, kind of like a slug or something, and you'd probably still have a deadly weapon close. I mean, I didn't say any of that. Safety, safety off. And again, it's really cool. I'm really glad that it does not have a magazine disconnect. So, yeah. And strangely, I don't exactly know why, but in the box with the pistol were two of these. Metal. and well, not that I have any experience. I think I've seen some YouTube videos. Trust me, pulling that out and showing it to a law enforcement person isn't going to get you anything extra. But I thought it was kind of funny that there's two of these in here. And then, of course, the person that seems to rebel in trying to get me in trouble, NIHAP's like going, is it loud? How the fuck should I know? I'm not going to go in the fucking basement and shoot a 9mm. I mean, my guess is, because there's no bullet to dampen any sound, it's probably as loud, if not louder, than firing a 9mm in the basement. So, gosh, everybody, thank you. What are we up to right now? A full-on 22 starter's pistol. The 380 from Scott, Mr. Holster, blank gun. And Scott gave me a whole box of 44 Magnum blanks, which will work, I believe, in a... he said that they would also work in a 45 Colt, the 450 Casull, the 44 Magnum, and now the 9mm semi-automatic blank gun. I watched a video, and it's pretty impressive that somebody has made a semi-automatic blank gun that will feed a flat nose projectile. I mean, there's some 1911s out on the market right now that can't even seem to manage to fire a hollow point. So that's... I mean, Christine should let me fire these in the house, right? They got Slimer Green, a Slimer Green wad on the end of it. Is it loud? What the f... Yeah. NIHAP, I just came right down here and ran a couple mags through it. I should read some comments. First was Joey saying first. Second was Christine. You know, I'm standing in the kitchen and I hear her giggling. I'm like, what is so funny? She's like, oh, nothing. And then she goes, oh, by the way, the Brew Review's live. So I got a package. I'm not sure if I have anything on order that I haven't seen yet, and I don't recognize a damn thing about this other than the fact that it's from California. So it's a sort of box inside of a bag. Yeah, I got knives in all of my pockets, but I knew that this was sitting there, so I'm just going with the Gun Wild 1 special. Oh, and I found out that I won one of the headlamps that Gun Wild had in his giveaway, but I'm attempting to pay it forward to EMT Railfan. Tea Bagger Tea Infuser Chocolate Lovers Edition. Great for gag gifts, stocking stuffers, or just making great tea. 100% food grade silicone. Dishwasher safe. Lifelike shape. Soft feel. Inspired by Megalo's statue of David. Well, that's fucking special as all get out. Again, I'd just like to point out that this stuff is all really hilarious and all. And I'm glad that we get these times together so that I can receive testicles in the mail. But, you know, if you were to, like, say, save up, by now, instead of all the gag stuff, I could have had a 1985 Yamaha VMAX. You know, the one that I keep on my table because you remind yourself of something, and it's called setting goals. And today I went for a ride on Matt's brand new, well, not brand new, Matt sold his Suzuki Intruder and bought a 2007 Harley Davidson Sportster. And I am not at all a Harley Davidson fan, but my goal was just to go around the block with it. So I was going to go a total of 4 blocks with it, and that led to a much longer ride. And then I came back and he told Christine, go ahead and take it for a ride. And the 883 Sportster happens to be one of the bikes that Christine had considered back when she was selling her Yamaha Virago. And I so wish that she would have never sold her Virago or had gotten into another bike. But let's just say by the time she came back from her ride, she looked just like getting a fresh pickle in her ass. So this is the infuser. It's snazzy as all get out. I can't wait to give this a try. I'm sure it works a hell of a lot better than the really nice infuser that my daughter Lily got me from Tivana. That is awesome. That's everything up to this moment in time. Let us move on. Gunwild says third bitches. Brad Thomas says all day. Rich Huff says cheers all. Cheers Rich. My Hollow Point says I only have 388 videos. John Solar is an idiot. And yet 2 of you thumbs that up. Gillian says 6th. Gillian says really 7th, but who the fuck cares? Cheers. I agree. Cheers. He sent me a picture. He was drinking some habanero something moonshine, and it was like, sounds interesting. Glow and Company is 7th. Gillian again. Christine is a big deal. She's awesome and the best. Now, 2 people gave him a thumbs up for that, and I agree with that. J-Dog says, have you ever had her lasagna? And Mike says, nope, but sure would love to. J-Dog, I'm not sure if you're helping or hindering right there. J-Dog, here at work. Multi-Gunman, not first, but still made it here. You got 3 thumbs up for that, and I still approve of that. Mike, again, I would only want the brake and the handguard off of the giveaway gun. Brake and the handguard. Well, they're both nice, but the whole gun is really nice. And he's talking about Secret Squirrel. Oh, yeah, I should always have that on hand. That's my bad. I apologize. Oh yeah, baby, come to Papa. Yeah, Mike, I have to honestly say I disagree with you because at this moment in time, John Huber's brake is awesome. The Wilson Combat Barrel speaks for itself. The dead-on handguard, the DRG Manufacturing White Label Armory 3D billet receiver set, as of right now, is hands down my favorite. The Strike Industries, don't get me wrong, I do like it. I mean, I'd like it if it, see now, I'm about to diss on it, and it is it's locked all 3 times. Maybe it's just a matter of goofing around with it and keeping it going. The whole grip, personally, my favorite. There was no way I was gonna take the whole grip off of the Redhead AK, but this right here, the whole grip, AKAR, wherever you're putting it, it doesn't get any better than that. So, Secret Squirrel. Why am I bringing this up? Not because I'm disagreeing with Mike, but I am disagreeing with Mike. This whole thing, I would absolutely... The trigger on this, I so desperately would rather have that than that piece of shit Geisley. I'm mentioning this because Tardisius sent me money and asked for me to put that towards 2 entries for Salty Shellback and 2 entries for Jolson in Secret Squirrel 2. And Tardisius, I did that for you this morning. I don't want you to fall. Oh, I have a thing right here. Just do that. Oh, and my JP Springs that you guys knew that were here. Well, it happened. The fucking libtard government in Canada banned AR-15s because of what the nut job in the Nova Scotia did. None of the sheeple here are interested in doing fuck all about it. Kiss our fucking rights. Goodbye, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's see, what really surprises me, Multi-Gun Man, is the total lack of camaraderie with people to get together and do the right thing. Turn in your guns. The government will protect you. This is nothing more than history repeating itself. As a matter of fact, that was sent to me by Harmarsh, and I want to thank you, Harmarsh, because right now I am uploading that to Facebook. There. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you know damn well, as soon as the libtards, the fucking cunt fucking libtards, when they have total control of our government, as in the House and the Senate and the presidency, they will be doing the same thing here. And I personally believe a bloodbath is going to be the end result of that. And if they can't understand that that is what is going to happen before it happens, then I'm not saying that I'm saying that I endorse that, but if they tried to take my Second Amendment rights away, I would have no sympathy for anything bad that happened to anybody that tried to take our Second Amendment rights away. Not at all. Wouldn't lose an ounce of sleep. Sleep like a fucking baby. Oh, again, the JP Springs, and just a little time. I probably spent an hour on both rifles. Tardisius stays here and gets used all the time, by the way. The awesome rifle rack that he built me years ago. The 24-inch. Like I said, Gunwild, thank you for that link. I tried to order that handguard, and I don't know if it's where it's the order is trying to be placed, but neither my credit card or my debit card would work, so I was not able to order it. And for $62 plus shipping, it seemed like a pretty decent deal. I guess somebody has spoken. But a mil-spec trigger. This one trigger scaled at 5.5 pounds before I polished the contact surfaces with 2000 grit and then mother's polish and got them to a mirrored finish. I used the JP Enterprise recommended sear grease on just the contact points. When I put the pins, trigger pins, the trigger and hammer pins back in, I used a little grease so that there would be grease just in the center. Everything else is dry. The the set of JP reliability springs, which means red and yellow, not yellow. And this went from 5.5. It has a little bit of a take up. There is no creep. It's too much. It is extremely smooth and predictable. It just has a wall that it comes up to. Then it fires. And right now this is 2 pounds, 10 ounces. Inherently, this was the better trigger when I put them together. I would have switched it around if the retro, when I trigger scaled them as untouched, just here they are in the guns. If I would have gotten a better result off of the one in the retro, I would have taken it back apart and I would have put it in this one. I wanted the best one in this because my goal is to see if inexpensive, I mean there's some expensive stuff in here. I mean it's a Spikes Tactical Lower and the Luth AR, but overall for a rifle package, if an inexpensive package can compete with an expensive package, that's why I for a precision long-range 5.56 gun, I'm gonna have to wait and see what that's like to shoot. But as of right now, I am not disappointed. I mean, for financial reasons, I don't have any other choice. If I can tell you how this would go, if I say could afford to buy one of these triggers or several other good ones on the market right now, the Velocity, for instance, if I could afford to get a better trigger, I would put one of these in the AR pistol, my AR pistol, and then I would put the Geisley in this, because the Geisley is still a more predictable trigger on a lighter break than polishing a mil-spec trigger. It's just a fact. Now the end result on the retro, and it's kind of funny because the rack that sits here is actually made for these, so I could get 9 more. This trigger was trigger pulling at 4.5 pounds the other day, but I had done just a little bit of polishing to it, but for the most part it was a mil-spec. It was a little gritty. Again, it's in a retro, so some of that is inherently expected. But right now, same thing. This one actually had a lot more work. The hammer, Palmetto State, I believe. Well, I can't say that it's I gotta take that back. I have no idea. I just had a whole bunch of trigger assemblies. When I get a lower parts kit that has everything in it, and it goes into something like this, and this already has a high-end trigger for it, then the triggers just end up going in the bags into the drawer. So I have no idea where this came from. It's a mil-spec trigger, and wherever it came from, somebody forgot to do the polishing on the hammer. So I had to start off with like 400 grit, and then a little bit of 800 grit, 2000 grit, and mother's polish to put the hammer had no defined line on it. It was blued, or the same color as the rest of it. So this one needed a little bit more work, but exactly what I did to that one. And right now, this is the same thing. It has a little bit of... See, this is why I'm not sure I'm going to want to stay with that. If it's a true two-stage trigger, you're like, boom, bang, a Cobra. I said bang. You're up to that wall. Well, this kind of comes up to the wall, and there's just a little bit of mush, and then it fires. And I don't know if that's going to be right for a gun that I'm building as literally as a long-range 5.56 gun. Whatever you want to say is that distance. But for a retro, I could not be happier. There's no gunk. It's super frickin' smooth, and this one is scaling at exactly 3 pounds. So 3 pounds, and I'm done. It has the look that I want. It has there isn't anything that I would change about the performance of the trigger in the retro. Like I said though, over here, for what it is, I'm not sure I want to leave that. And I'm not really sure that I want to take the Hyperfire 3-gun out of the gun that I'm sort of calling, if I was to do 3-gun stuff. I really like it over there. I guess I don't know. Cobra, I have this for you. Back to this multi-gunman. I am. You have no idea how angry I am at the fact that they can just swoop in and the fucking government can say, you know, we know best on how to keep you safe by taking all your abilities away to be safe. I hope nothing bad happens to your government. DFC, AE, will there be porn with people wearing masks? Smile money. Oh, they can get stuff worse than COVID. Mike, hell yeah, Desert Storms served with pride. BandEBrewReviews, not first. Cobra, 20th. Foo Master, oh, that's right, I was gonna, moving forward, if YouTube is gonna conjure up automatic responses, I said I was going to pick one and go with it. Oh, there hasn't actually been one. The first person to have an automated response is Foo Master Chew. Let's see what Foo Master Chew says. He says, here, looks like it's ginger night in the compound. Cheers, brother. And I can choose it is, or you got that right, or it was. I'm going with you got that right. So if you're seeing me leaving comments, it's only because I am going to answer with one of the 3 choices that YouTube sets up for me moving forward. Steven, the money in the holder is to drown out the swishing beer sound. Ah, I see. Very smart. See, I read comments and thumbs up the good comments, says Smile Money. And then, Steve says, gave you a thumbs up. Laugh out loud. That's a good idea, Steve. Yeah, anybody that has ever shipped alcohol when you're not supposed to be shipping alcohol knows that when you set that bottle on the counter and it sounds like a bunch of angry stomachs. See, this is why I go to the old guy up in Proctor, because I'm just gambling that he doesn't hear as well as the noise the boxes are making. But no, that's a good idea, Steve. That's an excellent idea. Steve, the eggplant was for the pickles. So I'm supposed to give this is Christine's? Okay, I'll give it to Christine. Poco Loco, the redhead looks wet and expensive. Smile money. I'm here for the participation trophy. Perfect. David Brown, almost naked. We'll wait. Smile money. You better not get kicked off of YouTube. You have commitments to all those people donating booze to the cause. Behave, Big Brother is watching. Yeah, good point. Poco Loco, I'm laughing my ass off. The Google bitch is driving Eric to drink. Yeah, no shit. She's an idiot. Hard March 2, I'm here and I'm late by 2 hours. Eric, you need a new A1. Okay. Smart money. I'm willing to bet those beasts on the Brew, babe, were surgically enhanced. Well, breasts, sorry. Those breasts on the... Oh, I doubt it. They're still real big. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Tardisia says a well-oiled cowbell is always welcome. And Jolson says very much so. Okay, well, you know, when he said that, two people, Tardisius and one other, at least thumbs that up. So, I could get away with... Actually, I don't even know if they're done. I think Christine is done. It's a little later... Ooh, my God, I gotta get my ass out of here. I gotta cook. Okay, I'm assuming that she's done and I won't get in trouble. 3, 2, 1. She probably went back outside. Hey Google, what's the temperature outside right at this very moment in time?
In Duluth, it's currently 69 degrees.
Oh, I love 69. Do you love 69? Hey Google, what does it mean when you say, I'm going to go 69 my girlfriend?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey Google, what's the sexual definition of 69?
On the website dictionary.com, they say, 69 is slang for when two partners arrange their bodies to perform oral sex on one another at the same time in a way said to look like the number 69.
Do you have any pictures you can send to my home box?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Never mind. Poco Loco's right, you're a cunt.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Time for some shots. I'm just kidding. I don't want to sleep in Matt's garage, but that's where I'd put my brand new VMAX. Oh man, Jay, this is really good shit. Oh, another automated response. Harmarsh2 says, hi, Ms. Bomey. Nice coffee mug. Where I can answer, good morning. I love it. Hey, thanks. I'm going with, hey, thanks. People are going to be wondering, what the fuck? Jolson says, I'm glad Ms. B likes her coffee mug. And I'm given choices. I can say, me too, love it, the best. Jolson, you're the best. Christine actually said thank you. I'm going to give her a thumbs up for that. EMT Rail fan, Ms. got a... You forgot the B part. Ms. B got a big deal. In the voice of Trump, you're fired. Zeus. My go-to-work boots are Bates XTX8s, waterproof insulated side zipper, lightweight like rubber cleats. Lightweight like rubber cleats on the bottom. Worn them 2.5 years and fixing to replace them. Not for everyone, but great ninja hooker boots. You can never get enough ninja hooker boots. Let's see who texted. Oh, Stephen Bush teasing me. What? McCullen 25. $2,290. And then another picture of Lafroig. Lafroig 27 is only $412, or 25 is only $427, and Lafroig 27 is $640. Huh. Well, Steve, you have my address. Real cool burnout. Big Deal mug is a good one. See, he deserves a thumbs up for that. Yes, it is. Steven Hobson Lead. I haven't reviewed the DDH. It's a little older, and I haven't reviewed the Sky Dancer or the Vanessa House. Both are under 2 months old and local. Cobra, 54 minutes and 54 second mark. Welcome to the SHOT Show. I don't even remember what. Hey, that very first shot, man, had a nice smoke stream that, like, you could watch it go all the way to the, Okay, moving on. Oh, I have a new subscriber. I want to say hi, and I thanks for the sub. And you have 66 subscribers, and I'm looking forward to watching some of your videos. Apache Wolf. Apache Wolf is a new sub. I probably will never remember to put a link for him, but Apache. Well, here. How can I do this? If I click on his vids and I copy, I can go. I should put it in the top of the comments here. How do I do? Yeah, please tell me how in the fuck do I do that without wasting too much time? No. Just can't close the fucking player. Dude, listen. Okay, I'm telling you what. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to. In the comments, before we go to the Two-Hearted Ale Club. I know this is all a bunch of shit people aren't going to care about. I'm just showing some respect and saying thank you to someone that subbed to the channel, and he's got content. So I am putting in there Apache Wolf's and a link to his channel. It's in the comments for this video. So thank you, Apache Wolf. Moving on. Gun Wild, Locked and Loaded should be good. I can't wait for 2 hours of Jim's Mini. Oh, honestly, it was a fun one because everybody that is sitting in the chat room and everybody that, all of us at one point in time have either wanted or had a decently cool car. My very first car was a 1974 Monte Carlo, two-door Monte Carlo. And at the time, I didn't really want to tell anybody about it. I felt like I was driving, almost a grandma car. You know how badly I wish I had that car today? Steven, single action shots. Or more. Stripped Upper. I'm super not drinking. You folks are top notch. Thank you. Stripped Upper again. Make a shirt that shows large testicles in place of where boobs would be, and call it Chesticles for obsessed people. Hey, I have the shirt that has nothing but testicles on it. By knowing that you were going to have your comment, I could have worn that. Wade, here from work, no copyright. Tardisius, wow, great channel, great content. You deserve more subs. You're aces in Nigeria. Cheers. And believe it or not, I can choose of 3 responses for Tardisius. One says, wow, thank you. The other one says, thanks for the sub. And the last one says, thanks, and has a little happy face. I'm going, well, he doesn't actually, he says I deserve more subs. I'm not, wow, thanks. I'm going to choose thanks with the happy face. Joey Cuz, watch out for the bottle of hot chocolate. Mine and Jim's have exploded upon opening the bottle. Actually, Joey, as we already discussed, that is exactly what happened to me. And Tony has no idea what the fuck went wrong with the hot chocolate. So, if something's gonna happen, we're gonna see it happen, or RFN. Here is one of the replacement bottles that he sent me. And he sent me a bunch of hot peppers, and I didn't get a chance to use them last night. Oof. Okay, so this is a different batch. Oh yeah, I ended up with hot chocolate everywhere. But it's so, and it's still, unfortunately, I ended up with only that much left in the bottle. The rest of it was on my couch, my ottoman, the comforter. I had a breakfast sandwich. Normally I would have, 8 or 9 big dots on my breakfast sandwich. Imagine what the blast pad looks like when the space shuttle leaves. But in hot chocolate. And Christine goes, oh, are you even going to be able to eat that? And I go, watch me. I should have taken a picture of it. I ate it. Oh, excuse me. Joey, that's why I send my beer FedEx and not USPS. They suck. I agree. Amos Walker. Lit up a cheap cigar in my man cave study yesterday, and the wife and daughter chewed me out. It said mild, so I figured it wouldn't be too odoriferous. odor inferius, odor smells. Guess I was wrong. Got my super red hot casoul. Be working on some huge loads when my special hard cast bullets arrive. You know, the ones that I'm really looking forward to trying yet is the hog loads that JR10 loaded for me. See how they compare with my brother-in-law's. He personally has been trying to kill my my raging bull for about 3 years now. Sharky, fucking sharky. Epic coffee mug from Isby. Still odd how the brace on the squirrel is so finicky. 312 looking good. Weren't 30 rounders also issued in later Vietnam years, or was that the 80s thing? I do not know, Chief. Sharky, fucking sharky. Cheeky outro, babe. Nice. Clyde, not the gayest ever, but it's okay. Revolution. Scotsman, you could have had sub 1 minute, but the damn nose got in the way. Hey, Scotsman, whiskey. Wow. Scotsman and Big Jeff run out the comments. Scotsman, so what you're saying is Christine likes dill and fist. No, I never said such a thing. Just for the record, I am not going to be slamming this. I am not going to be finishing this before the Two-Hearted Ed Club, because this is just really... Scotsman, again, being able to appreciate a fine whiskey and then just devastating it by slamming it. May consult the book. I need to find something that didn't suck. Oh, by the way, unless you missed it, the title only, flask number 59 was Grant's Triple Wood Blended Scotch Whiskey. I gave it a 4.5. That was 59. That wasn't terrible. Did I bring that upstairs? What the hell? What'd you do with it, Smile Money? 54. Oh, here it is. Let me roll back in time and see if I can... 57. I really like 57. Here's 57. Oh, 57 is the my old flask that needs to be renovated. That was the Glen Moray Sherry Cask Finish. So, being that I try to listen to my friends and my family members... pointing out a very excellent thing. When you have something like the Amrut, the Lafroig, the Ardbeg, the Paul John, and especially the Octomore 9.3, you shouldn't disrespect the alcohol by slamming it. You should enjoy it. He's so right. These though, I don't know if he wants these all back and he's gonna keep on doing this or not, but well, this one I'm supposed to send to John Solar to repair it. But yeah, leave the toasts and shots for the the middle of the road stuff. There are some circumstances though where I don't mind. Especially the Lafroig 10, the cheaper one. Hell, I'll slam the shots out of that all day long. Definitely get the influence of the sherry in that. Scotsman, new YouTube shit means only way I can respond to comments is via via the phone? You know, Scotsman, you gotta gotta check for updates, because I had a situation where the phone app, when I went to click on a video, it never played. The only way I could watch a YouTube video on my phone is to denounce the YouTube app and watch it on the browser. Eventually, a few updates later, and they had corrected it. Scotsman Cracker TV. Gunwild, Brew Babe is red on the noodle like a prick on a poodle. Gunwild, did I mention I was third, bitches? Yeah, I think you did. Scotsman with the last comment. You said a lot of words, but I can't lie, my focus was 100% on the Brew Babe. That Brew Babe was provided by Sharkey. Fucking Sharkey. Now we are heading to the Two-Hearted. We're gonna go raw dogging it. This year's version of Oberon. I don't necessarily know that it's worth reviewing. Oberon is, it really doesn't change year to year. I'm not sure what lasts. Shelf life 6 months, 5.8%. It is an American wheat ale, and it is very tasty. Since it's, there's two of them side by side. I'm going old school. I'm going with the Army man. Could have been from Jim. Could have been from Gunwild 1. I don't know, because I have two of them. Here we go. In the club. Oh, and it's going to be a short one. Joey, just notified about the club meeting. I guess I'll wait an hour to see if you read this comment. Joey, it's highlight time again. On this almost 70-degree day. Yeah? Hey, Google, what's the temperature right now?
The current temperature in Duluth is 69 degrees.
I love it when it's 69. Gunwild, cheers to no Matt. I mean, Cowbell Saturday, Two-Hearted Ed Sunny Slopes Club, Sunny Slopers Club. J-Dog, Heart Club, Mr. Holster. Then, here's my link. If you guys want to go show some appreciation to my new sub, Apache Wolf. Oh, shit. Here's what you need to do. Where is it? Are you serious? Okay, it'll be in the description box. See, go sub. If you are not subbed to Jay's Brew Reviews, please sub and watch his brew reviews. Other than his fucking attorneys, they're usually pretty good. Love you, Brian. Smile Money, cheers to the club meeting. Hitting the refresh button just one time and one time only, and then we are out of here because I'm going to go cook shit. Oh, Smile Money got his shit handed to him.
That is such fake news.
Real Cobra Burnout says, cheers, 24 seconds ago. Okay, fast recap. Thanks for the mask. This is not a toy, but yet not quite real. Got my mug. I'll give this to Christine and tell her that it's a Pickle Plus from Steven. Don't forget about Secret Squirrel. Jolson, you got 2 entries. And Salty Shellback, you got 2 entries from Tardisius. JP Springs and a little bit of your elbow grease, and you can get 3 pounds or less. Pretty fucking impressive. And Jim, Thank you so much. This thing is so freaking badass. Oh god, why don't they do the bolt hold open feature on all of them? Because then you can just do something like this. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm telling you right now, when you see, you know, is this an hey you asshole fucking government douchebags in Canada, you know, is this an evil black rifle? Probably is, but revolution, motherfuckers.